All right, and here we are. Big one. Yet episode, the Commissioner's Corner, episode 28, and we're excited about this one. MSL softball preview. We've been waiting for this one. Sponsored by Jules, by DK, big time sponsor of ours, a player in our league, and a great guy. So we got lots. We got a whole off season of moves, of acquisitions, free agents, a lot of movement going on. So this is going to be a great episode just as we get closer to the MSL season. What is going on,
I am really
Yitz?
looking forward to this one. We've been pushing this, delaying it, waiting to get some rosters in. Finally, we got it. We're ready to go. Softball preview. Looking to make a smash into the season coming up very shortly. We are 6 weeks out now. 6 weeks out. It's crazy.
Before you know it,
Flies.
it seems like the season just ended. It literally seems like it just ended, between our regular season fall ball and here we are again. Yes, but before we get going,
Yeah,
can I
here we
ask
are
you,
again.
please tell me, I'll be honest. Before Shabbos, I had a message from a friend of mine in Brooklyn that said, just tell Yitz, whether he goes to shul or not, it's Pasha Zacha, let him tell everybody he went to shul. So Yitz, I left you the message. So I know you went to shul. How was it back after all these months away?
So, so first of all, if not for your message, I probably would not have known. No, I'm just joking. Um, Really.
Can you
So
see me?
yes, I did go to shul. Oh, Dovid Kestenbaum, it looks like you're on. You need to the video. You have
David
video.
Kestenbaum,
How do I? Hold
perfect
on, hold
time,
on.
perfect time to jump in as we're talking about if Yitz went to shul on Shabbos. So DK, great time to try to get yourself on. This was Yitz timing
Okay, here
everything
we go.
perfectly. David Kestenbaum, Jules by DK. Look who we
We got.
got here, baby.
It looks like
Love
we have
it.
two boxes from Dovid.
We have
Two
two Jules by
boxes?
2K.
Really? I don't. Did
Oh,
I mess
good.
something up? How do I? What do I do? I
It's
don't
all
know.
good. No, it's
I'm
good.
too
It's
old.
fine. We'll
This
figure it
is
out.
this is this is an intervention, right? We're doing an intervention as Ezzy and Smash House Burger. I feel like he needs an intervention.
He definitely does, and you are the right Dr. Dovid.
He sounds like a drug addict as he's walking up to the joint.
I feel like one, no joke. I really started at a certain point. It's like, hey, I got to pace myself. I got to slow it down. Maybe I should see somebody. And then for some reason, Yigal from Smash House said, "No, you're fine. You're fine. You don't have to see
Yeah,
anybody."
As,
of course, of
as long
course.
as he's not in a bubble, we're fine.
Okay.
Well, maybe nothing.
Anyway,
David
so
Kestenbaum, we're so excited to have you on here. Big time sponsor of ours, Jules by DK, a player in our league, so you know the feel of our
Teammate,
league, the guys
teammate.
of our league, a teammate, a great teammate. That's for sure. You're an
maybe
unbelievable
teammate.
teammate.
We'll find out.
Whoa, whoa.
This is
Okay.
the MSL preview. This is prime time, David. This is prime time, baby.
Dovid's
Okay.
finding out right now he's not on a team.
Well, that's why I joined the Sunday League just to hedge my bet.
Smart man, smart man. By the way, Ezzy has to do that also.
So somebody in basketball recently was complaining to me. He said, "I don't understand. I can't get on a team." I said, "I'm on the commission. I'm the commissioner. I own the league. I can't get on a team."
Exactly. He's not on a team, he
So,
can't get on a team.
you know. So talk to us, DK. Really, we appreciate you having us, and that you came on with us, and we really do appreciate your sponsorship and involvement in our league. Give us a little of your history, how you got into this, and just
Yeah. Before Dovid
into
gets
into
into it,
what? Into
so yeah,
softball?
before Dovid gets into his amazing company, Jules by DK, I am going to say something about it myself because I am, he's not just a sponsor. I'm a client. I really am a client. You know the old Here commercials. What was it like? I'm not just the owner. I'm also a client. So yeah, I'm
Which
a
you
repeat.
would never hear from me. I don't. Whatever happens between me and my clients, I don't repeat it. So,
It's true. By the way, very true.
yeah.
I hear it from the people themselves. Dovid never tells me. He keeps everything quiet. I hear it from other people. By the way, just letting you know, because of MSL, I went to Dovid. I did it. It was great. So I'm just gonna say my personal things before everybody else's. I'm a repeat already. I got my
That's
wife
true.
a few times, right? Um, great. I
I
mean,
am to you what Smash House is to Ezzy.
I was just telling Yitz
I
that I
hope not.
really
I have no more money
And
than
by the
that.
way, Ezzy has spent more money probably.
That's true.
I was just telling this to Yitz that I plan on buying something for my wife, obviously going through you. But my wife this past Yontif decided she'd rather have a gun than jewelry. So I got off easy.
Dovid,
By the way,
Dovid,
I can't help you with buying a gun, but I've it's something that I'm passionate about too. By the way, so
can you be
So I'll get
dad
my
for me,
wife
right?
on in a few minutes and you can do your own podcast.
yeah,
So anyway,
go
so
ahead.
as I was saying, yes, and the reason, first of all, awesome prices, great wholesale prices, but that's not even. I mean, that could be the best thing for most people, and it's awesome to have awesome prices. It's the service, the communication, the door to door, person to person. You have your personal concierge, whatever you want to call that. Dovid is there. He came to my house a few times. He brought it to the field. I gave it back and forth if we needed any adjustments. No, really.
Oh, that's what he was giving you. I thought there was some other stuff going on. I'm like, what's it's a
It was in
DK.
it may have been in a plastic bag. I'm not sure.
I
Yeah,
saw that
no.
brown bag.
The other thing I never thought I'd say this. I actually enjoy educating people. You'd be surprised how many people I ask them. They tell me they got a piece for their wife, whatever. I say, well, and they want to know if they got a good deal or whatever, which I usually don't get involved with. But I go, well, how many carats is it? And they're like, I have no idea. I'm like, how could you not know how many like you're paying good money for something? It's like buying a house without knowing how many square
David,
feet.
I'm right
Yeah.
here. I'm right here.
Anyway, the bottom line is that I like educating people if they want to be educated, and also I think the no pressure. Like I am completely, this is not a pressure situation. I think part of it is because it's not my main business. My main business is a manufacturer. We have a factory in India and we have a factory in Mexico, and we provide jewelry for larger retailers in the country, Macy's, Zales, people like that. I only started doing this personal stuff, this Jewels by DK, only in the last few years. It started with family and friends who wanted to save money, and said, oh, I have this picture of something my wife wants, and can you make it for me? It's X amount of dollars somewhere else. And I was actually nervous to start doing it beyond that because people can be crazy.
I'm
And
right
and yeah, you should be my most difficult customer anyway. But you know what, it's worked out well. It's gone really, really well, and so I kind of feel like I'm helping people as much as they're helping me. So it's been good, and MSL has been really a great platform for me. I mean, you guys go above and beyond, and you guys really do a great job in promoting your sponsors and caring about your sponsors. And I can tell you that I've been involved. I am still involved with the other leagues, and you guys are tops. Hopefully this doesn't go too far, but yeah.
not
We
gonna happen,
appreciate
Dovid.
that. Whatever happens here stays here.
Exactly.
Or Rosen,
Exactly.
right?
Just ask Mandy Rosen.
Yeah, and also like it's a perfect thing, to have a guy like David. You need jewelry, for any gift, a wedding, engagement, yontif, I play in MSL 4 nights a week. I have to get my wife something, or else she'll kill me. It's perfect. We don't like going out to stores now, jewelry stores, and you have David who's takes you step by step and shows you every single option and, gives you to size it out and this type, that, and he tells you what's good for you. How much could you spend? What, awesome. It's seamless. It really is for me. It was a great experience. And, that's how he gets his customers and that's how he gets his weekly customers. It's a great business model, great prices, great service, and an amazing person to deal with. It really is.
Thank you, guys. I really appreciate it.
Let
So
me ask you a
I
question,
have a
David.
request from you
Go
guys though.
go ahead.
I need an AI image like you guys have. I
You'll
need
get
like
one
I got
tonight. You'll get
you
one
guys
today.
you guys are amazing.
Now you're gonna get one.
Yes.
We're gonna get you one.
Azzy, go ahead.
A question for you, and this was a conversation that I've had with my kids, my married kids, about jewelry in general.
Okay.
If someone says that, I specifically want real, I want to leave it over to my kids, and the investment of it compared to, having lab grown,
Okay.
and me and my wife were saying it's silly, because I'm not buying jewelry for myself to leave it to my kid. I want to buy it for myself. So we have this back and forth conversations. I'd love to know, you being in the
Yeah.
business, what are your thoughts
Yes.
when you get involved in those kind of conversations?
So it's a great question, and it's taken me a little while. Took me a little while to get my head around it because obviously lab grown really took the world by storm a few years ago. And I make jewelry, so I don't have a horse in the game. If a customer wants lab grown, I
By the
make
way,
lab
sorry to
grown. If
stop you for a second. That's very
yeah,
important for people to know that, as you said, you don't have a horse in the game. It's
exactly,
natural lab grown. You're not forcing lab grown on anybody. When people say, "Oh, it's lab," no, Dovid Kestenbaum, just by DK, is not lab grown. He has that
correct.
option, but that's important for people to know. Continue.
Correct. I do what my customers want. So if they want lab grown, I do lab grown. If they want natural, I do natural. My personal feelings are that lab grown was a gift that literally Hashem gave to us. That is amazing because it's not you. You said real diamond. So lab grown is a diamond, just like natural is a diamond. It's 100% a diamond. They just replicate what happens in the ground in a machine, in a laboratory, in a machine. So it tests exactly like a diamond. There's the only way anyone can know the difference. I've had people say, "Oh, I could see a difference." You can't see a difference. The only way anyone can see a difference is if you have these special machines that cost quite a bit of money, and you could stick the stones or you could stick the piece of jewelry in the machine, and the machine will detect a very slight chemical difference. They're 100% diamonds. GIA, they're not grading them anymore because there was a lot of pressure on them, but they were grading them and they were calling them diamonds. They are diamonds. No one could say they're not diamonds. They're 100% diamonds. So going back to the value aspect of it, that's probably the biggest argument, the one that you just described. And the bottom line is that if you buy a diamond piece of jewelry, you lost money as soon as you walk out that door. You buy a 2 carat stone, and it's going to cost you, I don't know, 15, 20, $25,000, and you want to get rid of it a year or two later, you're losing at least 30%. 30%. Okay. So if you buy the lab grown, and you'll get a much nicer lab grown because the lab growns are going to be of higher quality, chances are, than the diamond that you're going to be buying, the natural. You will have spent much less money than what you would have lost. So, in other words, let's say a 2 carat stone, you were going to spend $20,000 on that stone. 30%, for sure, you're losing 30%. Maybe in 20 years, could it be? Is it possible? Maybe that you'll come back somehow. But you lost $6,000. A week later, a day later, you lost $6,000 if you try to get rid of it. To buy that 2 carat lab grown costs you less than $2,000. So even if you want to say the lab grown's worth zero, you're still ahead of the game. Take the money, and you're worried
Invest
about your
it.
kids. Invest it in the S&P. In 20
Yep.
years, I promise you'll have a lot more money for your kids than if you bought them and you left them. And besides, who wants their mother's or grandmother's jewelry anyway? It's going to look old. It's going to look. They're just going to change it and turn it into something else anyway. It's just ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. And by the way, natural diamond prices are coming down as well, and they probably will keep coming down because lab grown. I saw a study. Now I'm boring everybody, but I think 60% of engagement rings in this country are now lab grown.
Wow.
2 years ago, it was 10%.
Whoa.
Now it's 2 years
I, I,
later.
I was
Now
actually going to mention that I had two friends recently over the last month or two tell me that they bought lab grown for their collar, and their collar was more than
for
happy to
their
get a
engagement ring.
beautiful an engagement ring. Yep,
Wow, that's great.
yep,
That's
yep. And
actually
I'm
this.
happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear
Yeah,
that.
I am too. I think it's a great thing. You put the money that you were going to spend and
Yep,
give it to your kids to use as a down payment towards their house. Much
yep,
smarter.
yep.
Much smarter. Anyway, I bored everyone enough.
No,
No, but I'm happy you said that because that's my conversation with the kids are. If you're giving it to the kids, take that money and invest it somewhere. And here,
A
it
hundred,
just
a hundred percent.
if
And by the
that's
way,
what it's about. So
that lab grown diamond is a diamond. It's not gonna, nothing's gonna happen to it.
mm,
In 50 years from now, that lab grown diamond is still a diamond, and it will look
mm.
just as good as it looked. It's not like it's gonna tarnish or something's gonna happen to it. It's gonna look just as good in 50 years from now. So, yeah, it's really, I like I said, I think it's God's gift to us. We spend enough money on stupid things. We don't need to spend.
It's
I
coming
wish.
from a guy who sells natural too. Just
A
saying.
100%. I mean, you want me to sell you the $20,000 stone? I'll sell you the $20,000 stone. I just think it's stupid.
There you
Yeah,
go. The honesty is
yeah,
great. Very refreshing.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so yeah, as we said, we love having Dovid as a sponsor, but we also, more than loving him as a sponsor, we love having him at the field. Dovid's a great hitter. I remember him back in the old days, way back. He used to play. I don't know if he remembers me, but in Teaneck when he used to play.
You
Um,
really remember me? I didn't know that.
I do. I go
Oh,
back.
okay.
Yitz remembers everything. I kid you not. Yitz can
Wow,
tell you if you played against him, what you did against him, and how he pitched 20 years ago. Yitz is nuts
that's
about this.
great. That's
I know
great.
Dovid did
I
well against Teaneck because Dovid hits the fastball very well. He likes fastballs.
I don't.
Very
You
well.
know what? This is. I got to tell you something. Whatever. I'm not. I
David, we
was,
love you.
yes. This is my swan song. I think this year we'll see if I
You can have
can't
a
if I
great
can't.
year. You can have a great year, and
David. First of all, he's in the draft league. Also, he's going to get more at bats. He's going to get more.
We'll
It's all
see.
about the
We'll see.
repetition. It's
We'll
about the
see.
repetition.
I've
David,
been hitting the gym hard, so we'll see.
David
Don't
We'll
as a
get
see.
hurt.
teammate, David is a great teammate. First of all, he's one of those guys that you just want on your team. He's coming in no matter what's going on, just a good guy. Everybody wants to play with good guys. David, I just got to know him 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
And he's
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
and he's just one of
Yeah.
those good guys, good energy, fun guys,
I
great
love
teammate.
being I would pass we lived in the city, so I would walk through Central Park. I literally could walk by a game. I don't know who's playing. I don't care who's playing. I'll just sit down and watch. I don't care. Like, and if I know the guys, even more so. So I just love being around the field. So it's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. He's a
It's
gamer. He's
great.
a very good
I
gamer.
love what you guys are
Yeah.
doing, and I've played in other, besides being a sponsor for other leagues. I've played in other leagues many years, and you guys are doing a great job. Really great
All
job.
right.
So
And you
thank
help us.
you.
You help us do that great job. So it's a great relationship. We love having you, David. And we will see you on the field very soon. 6 weeks,
I
David.
can't
Before
wait.
you
I
know it,
can't wait.
keep
By the
hitting
way,
the gym.
today
Keep hitting the gym.
today 50 degrees. I was like, wow, we're getting closer. We're getting closer. I can
We're
see my
looking.
lawn. I can see my lawn.
I can't. I still can't see mine. So maybe I'll come visit
I
you.
was getting I was getting nervous about that. Are we gonna be able to see the field by the time April comes around? But it looks like it's getting
Correct.
there.
Ellie Race is already
Correct.
salting it. Is shoveling it. We're good. All
Okay,
right,
guys, I
David.
really
Great
appreciate
having
it.
you on.
Thank
DK,
you.
awesome. We
Can't wait.
appreciate you as a sponsor and as a player, as a teammate, and all.
Jules
Thank
by
you.
DK, the best in the business. I always
Can't
say
wait
it.
to see you guys. Be good.
Take care, Dov.
He's gonna look great on AI.
All right.
All
So
right,
that
that
was
was
great.
our. He's
Yes.
a great guy. Happy he really is. He's been since he came up to the league and now and being a sponsor and being involved. He's been such a great guy, such a great
Yeah.
sponsor. Great, he comes to the field all the time. He's really just good energy guy. Really like the
And
guy a lot.
honestly, I'm not saying it just because he's a sponsor. If you want diamonds, if you want jewelry, there's no reason not to go to him. He really is amazing. The prices, as I said, are great. It's his communication with you, his personal touch. You're not getting that anywhere else. Even if you know people who are your personal jewelers, David is the best. There's the best. I dealt with other people. David's the best. He really is. And hopefully people see it, and when they want it, they know where to go to. They see it on our status. They see it everywhere. He's very easy to reach. He's great on WhatsApp. He's great on the phone, and he's local guy in our league. Perfect situation. But now we're back. You asked me before how Shabbos was. Did I go to Zachar? Yes, Ezzy, I went to Zachar. Mendy Rosen gave me he goes, you didn't come to my yahrzeit kiddush last week, but you could go to Zachar? I said, Mendy, yeah, Zachar's a mitzvah. You're just fun. So actually, the rabbi, I said good jobs to the rabbi, to Rabbi Rube, and he's like, oh, the weather's getting nice. You could start coming to shul again. I told him, I said, yeah. I sent the Yonah out the first time it came back. I knew I couldn't go. He said, I sent it out one more time and never came back. And I'm back. He liked that one. But back in
You
shul,
came basically you came prepared.
I had it to my time already. No, I really didn't come prepared. But during Yitzers, I had so much time. We do Yitzers. Oh my gosh. So I had
Oh, don't
time.
get me started. Don't get me started about churches. Let's keep
That's
moving.
another rant. We'll have the commissioner's rant podcast one day, but that's for sure goes on top of it. Yeah, I spoke to obviously Mendy, Steph were there. Avi Baron came in gloating, that his son won the championship in Israel. He also ripped his son for getting dunked on by Galbert. So he's like, I told him not to take that angle. He still takes an angle like that. What does he expect to happen when? I'm like, Simcha was great. He won. He won. We had the Muncie guys winning a championship. It's a beautiful thing. And guys were talking about baseball league. Matthew Rosen's very excited about his team. He's picked up some players, and we're looking forward to it. How is Shabbos by you?
All right, you coming in and out. I don't know if it's me or you.
Just go. We'll get it later. I said, how is Shabbos by you?
Oh, Shabbos by me was, it was pretty calm. Yoitzeres and all. Had a bunch of Senders guys by me for the meal, so we had a nice bringing and all, talking MSL stuff, talking about
By the
league
way,
history.
some of the Sanders guys are on a roster for softball. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, I did see that. I did notice that. So we had a nice Shabbos, then I fell asleep, big nap after a big meal, and here we are talking MSL softball.
By the way, I think if you're seeing lags, it's probably you because if anybody doesn't know, Ezzy is in a bunker right now. So
I
the
am.
lags are
If
probably
anybody,
coming from you.
it's probably me. I had to find a different location in my house. My old location was being used by some other people, and for another time.
Another rant. So anyway, as we said, we are 6 weeks away. People think like it's still freezing outside, it's still snow. Yeah, it's 6 weeks away. I have to remind the captains, get me your rosters. Start paying for the league. Make sure all your players are coming back, and make sure the players who aren't coming back know that they're not coming back. But we are here, we're ready to go. We're coming off an amazing season last year. It seems like it was long ago, but as we said, we've had so much in between, so it doesn't really feel that long ago. We had MJ Dragons winning the championship against Marocton. Marocton was in first place all season. MJ came to play in that championship, took them out in 3 games. They made some switches, if anybody remembers, in the championship, moving Levine to the infield, figuring Solomon's not going to get hit too hard to the outfield. They lost game 1. Zavi Zemanowicz won game 1. And then MJ won the last 2 games. Solomon pitched great. They have a great team with Kestenbaum and Shami and Grossman, etc., etc., etc. And they won the championship. You had Marocton having that phenomenal year. You had 2 monumental collapses in the playoffs by each of our teams, right? We had, we'll talk about yours first because it happened earlier. We had the bases loaded, no outs, bottom of the 9th. Jules by
Ugh.
needs 1 run to move to the semifinals. That's it. Game
One
3.
run, hit the ball to the right side of the infield. Somebody just get it done, and a pop up and a line drive. And I was coaching that game. Penny was not there for that one, and I was so stressed that game, trying to make
Penny,
moves.
was Penny, why? Was he suspended?
Well, no, Penny was just not there. I think we had a family simcha or something, and I was just trying to get guys into the roster, moving guys around, and trying and when we had bases loaded, no outs, I said, okay, thank God, we got this,
Oh,
we
and you
got
had your
this,
guys
we got
up.
this.
Simcha Adler,
We,
Kagan. You had the
uh,
guys. Bases
and yeah,
loaded, no
just
outs.
couldn't make it happen. Sometimes just for no reason, just
No
we
reason.
couldn't get it, we couldn't get going. It was another disappointing year
Huge
for
upset. That was a huge
Jules.
upset.
Yeah,
Consumers
yeah,
booed you guys.
absolutely.
They
I
didn't
thought
see that
I thought
coming.
our roster was fully loaded for that. Our additions to the team. We had Mike Lauer and this. We had Soroya as MVP candidate. We had the players, Ari Adler. We had the
Louis,
pitching.
Hami, Yossi,
And
everybody.
I actually thought last year going in that this is our year. This roster can win it all. That was a disappointing ending. And Yitz, tell me about the ending to your season.
Yes, typical ending for Yitz season, I guess. um, RSK, game three, up 4-1, heading to the ninth inning, and we blew it. I'll say I blew it, we blew it, RSK blew it as a team, mostly me as the pitcher, and another monumental collapse. I mean, those are two of the biggest collapses in a playoff season you could have. Bases loaded, no outs, not scoring a run, and then up 3 runs in the ninth inning. We get 3 outs right there. We're in the championship for another championship. We've had a few already, and we lost. And MJ didn't die. Some teams will just lay down, not scoring runs, not getting hits. Down big in the ninth inning, and they did not lay down. They scored 10 runs or so, and they got to the championship. But all in all, it was a great season. We had
Great
some
season.
new
And if
teams
anybody
come in.
thinks we're like the NFL, that we have a script, we don't have a script. Both commissioners went down hard, and it hurt.
Exactly. And you know what? We get stronger from them. I hope. We hope. We know we're going to talk about soon some of the moves that teams made. Now, a lot of people don't know what went on in the background. The captains know the moves, but a lot of players on teams don't even know the moves. There might even be some players who are going to find out right now that they've been traded to a new team. Like, what? I'm not on your team anymore? That might happen because I got rosters this week from some teams, and I saw a name of one guy on 3 different rosters. So I don't know what's
Oh my
happening.
goodness.
I'm telling you. And then I got 4 other guys now. When people set teams up front, I'm like, that guy's on another roster. That guy. I'm like, do you guys talk to you? What's going on? This isn't
No,
a joke.
I also think some players are afraid to tell certain games. They're afraid to tell one team no. They're afraid to, so they tell each one, "Yeah, I'm going to come to you. I'm going to come to you," because they themselves don't have the courage to make the decision. So they let it get played out there, and they don't have the guts just to say, "I want to join this team. This is the team I'm going to."
I
So
say,
it's
the trick for captains to get their players to tell them when they start collecting money. Hey, what's up? You got to pay me now for the team. Oh, no, I'm on your team. What are you talking? I'm on your team. No, no. Then you know, right? If the guy pays, he's on your team. If he guy's
yeah.
ghosting you, then he's not on your team. But players will find out today. There were some big moves. Teams are always making improvements. Again, we're going to have 12 teams in the league this year. But this year, the difference is we're only playing at night. That is the goal. We have the draft league Sunday morning. We still have a few spots left, but that's going to be our first draft season. We're going to hope to have it every year from now. It's for guys. Anybody can play. Whether you're in the league or not in the league, it's for you. Sunday mornings, you know the time. It'll probably be 11:15. Very easy. You know the time. It's only one day a week. It's only one time. It's guys. If you're complaining about playing time or you don't know about the league and you can't break into a bring your own team, this is for
Or if
you.
you know somebody that wants to play, but not top tier, that's not going to be picked up. They just want to go play more of a chilled, relaxed environment. So this is a perfect opportunity to get friends in who just want to play.
And as I said, you're getting playing time. You're in a draft. If you're in the draft, you sign up. That means you are on a team. You're going to get playing time. You're going to have a good time. It's a Sunday morning. It's a good time. It's after carpool in the morning. You're good to go. It's after chakras. And we're hoping it hits off. And then we're hoping for years to come. Because we know draft leagues are fun. You get to play with different players. That's why they're so successful. Right? You can play with the same guys every year for the last 10 years. You want to change. You want to change. You want to have fun. And if you don't want to change, you could still play in the night league with your bring your own team. So you have options now. And there are some guys who are playing in both leagues. There's some very good players who are playing in both. And there's some new players who we're going to find out about. And maybe they'll break into teams, for the regular league. But that's a big difference we're having. Is going to be the league is only at night. And look who we have here joining us right
The
now.
legend, the legend.
Does that say MVP? I don't know.
Well, hey, look, I got some votes, right? So
I'm not talking about this year, but you
That's
are a
true.
former
That
MVP.
is true.
You're in the small group of players that are MVP. Me, you, Ezzy in the draft league for this pitching, for his substitution pitching.
I need a little badge.
And we got
We'll get you one. We'll get you one. For sure.
Yossi Rosenberg joining us here, MVP of our league, a teammate of mine, and just one of me and Yitz were discussing which players we should get on to talk about the upcoming season. Your name just jumped to the top because you're one of those guys that are liked by everyone. Great teammate, great player. You know the goings. You've been in the
That's
league
glad I think
forever.
so.
You play in a bunch of different leagues, so you're like the perfect guy to get on here. You know all the moving, you know all the players. and just a wonderful guy. So we're happy to have you on to discuss this upcoming season.
I'm excited to be here. I've been waiting to be asked to be on. In fact, I've been boycotting the podcast until I was asked.
The last
It's
podcast
just
he was on was
What?
the RSK for the All-Star game, I
That's
think.
true.
Or just the tournament, right? Uh,
It
this is the
was
real
yeah,
podcast, though. This is the
yeah.
one that gets the views.
Yeah, it was about the tournament.
Right,
We could
right,
talk
right,
about
right.
that too.
So we could talk about a lot of things. So for all those that don't know, I'm sure everybody who watches does know Yossi Rosenberg, but we do have some people who don't know anything, like Ezzy's friends in Brooklyn who think I don't go to shul, don't know anything about the league. So for those people, Yossi Rosenberg's been playing in the league for years. A Gold Glove infielder and outfielder. He won MVP a couple of years back. Top hitter, top fielder, as I said, who won a few championships already. He is on Jules by DK. We just had Dovid Kestenbaum on a few minutes before you discussing Jules by DK, his company. So it's perfect that Yossi's on now. And Yossi is a gamer. If first of all, if anybody who's watching, there are some new teams that came last year. They don't know who Yossi is. They don't know who I am. They don't know who you are. For those people watching, he's the guy who's swinging in left field, okay? So if you're ever at a game and you're like, who's that guy in left field working on his mechanics? That's Yossi Rosenberg.
One of my
there's
favorite
nothing
stories.
more annoying.
Sorry, Ez.
You tell your story, then I'll tell you mine. Go for
Yitz
it.
was there.
I know what Yossi's going to
Yitz
tell
was
us.
there.
I was there.
I was out in the outfield doing my thing, working on my swing, and it was so distracting that the batter stopped the whole game and was like, "No, you can't do this." And he got all upset. It happened twice. Same game. Yeah.
Funny story. I was a catcher playing with Yossi in left field, and I said, "Stop! You gotta stop out there. There's a man on second trying to steal third, and Yossi's out there." And I'm like, "Oh!" So it may have been the same story.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, look, it's part of my process. It's part of my process.
It works. I have to get a pro. Maybe if I start doing that, I might start hitting the ball. Ooh, I guess.
You never know.
I just stopped
While
playing
I'm pitching,
catcher.
as I'm pitching.
I just stopped playing catcher. That was it. I'm like, I can't deal with that guy in left field.
I mean, Yossi has time to do it. When you have good pitchers, you have time to outfield. The only time I'll have is if I throw a wild pitch, and Stefan's like, "Oh, not again," and he takes 10 minutes to get the ball, so I have time to do it. But other than that, I have no time. We're just getting into. We didn't even start the preview itself. We were going through the teams, but now that Yossi's here, Jules by DK, I've heard, and as he's heard through the grapevine, that Jules by DK has picked up some really good players. We were just talking about how the exit, this disastrous, tragic exit from Jules by DK last season.
Bases loaded, nobody
no
out.
outs. We spoke about
Oh.
that. Don't worry, I talked about RSK blowing the lead to us. Don't worry. So Jules by DK said, you know what? The way to win, we didn't win last year. We didn't win the year before. Every year we have this great team. We got to get better. And that's what we love to see, teams trying to get better. I heard they picked up some superstars. I know I don't know them personally. They've played in the tournament. You might know them better. So give us some names if you know them, who they picked up.
So let me just see. I think we picked up. I don't know. I don't know what's public information yet or not.
Everything's public right now.
So it's coming out. It's coming out.
It's coming out. That's why you're here.
Breaking news. This is all breaking now.
Yeah. No one knows.
We picked up.
Yeah, now it's it.
I still don't know who I'm playing for. Am I?
I heard Root.
Wait. Yossi, is Ezzy on the roster?
Let me check the chat quickly. So we've actually picked up some.
Ezzy Katz left the chat.
Yeah. Some big talent from outside of the league, which I think is very important. It's fresh talent. Sammy Soroya, I think, is a big one.
We've heard about him. We heard people doing. He's shortstop, right?
Elite shortstop.
So now you guys have 4 elite shortstops, right?
Well, there's me. And then there's like the next tier down, yes.
Your brother,
Avrami, Moislauer,
Yep, and Sammy
that's
Soroya.
great. It's almost like Moraktim having four aces. It's like
But like here's the
Oh,
thing. One of the things Avrami is a great glove, but he's also the guy who's like happy to go play wherever. He's thrilled to play second base when Sammy's there and all that. And I think that like that if we've got like Sammy, Avrami, Rosenberg, Uri, and third, like that is a dominant infield right there.
that's a tournament. That's a
That
tournament
is a
team infield.
tournament team. And then
And this guy Sammy could hit as well,
he's a good
or he's
hitter.
just a fielder.
Yeah. I don't I never we played against him, if you remember in the tournament actually. He was on Uri's team. I don't think he's the guy who's going to be hitting it over the fence type of hitter, but he's a good hitter. Like he's gonna get on. He's gonna make things happen. He's very fast,
And he's a young
young
guy.
young kid. So checks a lot of boxes here. Checks a lot of boxes.
That's a huge pickup. Yep, I'm sure the guys. You said where's he from?
I think he's a
from
deal
Deal or
guy.
Lakewood?
He's
Where's
deal.
he playing?
Yeah,
YMSL.
yeah.
Okay. We'll find out about him from Race and Rosen and whoever else. Uri Adler, I'm sure that's where he came
Yeah,
from. Who
and
else?
then one of our other big pickups, Nadav Orbach.
Ooh, Nutti, I think, right? Nutti
Something
Arbach.
like that. I don't know.
Yeah, what's his name? Talked him up to me. He's a great
Yeah.
outfielder, great speed. I think he won MVP in the league down there also one year. That's a
Great
pickup.
outfielder. Avrami, my brother, actually sent me a video of him
What
making.
I'm seeing is Yossi's DH this year. Okay.
Honestly, like our outfield is with him there. It's defensively like we're really locked down. Penny is slowly merging
Yeah.
himself
I mean, the
over
guys were great before.
to just being a manager.
Oh,
That
that's his best position because now
yeah,
he
that's
gets
what
more
I
games.
was gonna ask. You added your so far. You mentioned Soroya. You added Orbach. You still have Mike Lauer, and you have Avi Kagan, and you have Aaron Schwartz. You have a lot of players. This is going to be like when you're saying you're going to move Penny over to more of a captain's role. A team like this is going to need a captain to really, really deal with the players, and you have a lot of
yeah.
stars. So playing the game of who gets time when, that's going to be challenging with when you have such talent
It
on the
will,
team.
but like, look, it's true. It's going to be challenging for sure when you get the playoff time. But you know how it works in an 18-game season where you're playing Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. These things throughout the season tend to work themselves out. You almost never have like, I got to
Yeah.
manage playing time. It works itself out throughout the season. Guys who are available, they're there.
Are these guys going to be committed? Committed to 7 games?
I hope so. I think that the expectation is that they are.
Any other pickups?
I'm actually not sure. I think there were some talks about a few other guys.
There's a player. There's a player that I heard mentioned. Somebody
Yes,
Dweck.
Hank Dweck.
Was that also a possible pickup?
Hank Dweck. He's a huge bat. I don't know if it maybe is. I don't know the current status of that one. But that would be
Because I know that was discussed for a little while. I wasn't sure
right.
the
But
final
I think
result.
he's also one of the.
That's before Ezzy got kicked out of the chat, so he's so.
I think they talked about it was one of the guys who like wants to play but unsure how his availability. Can he get to playoff eligible? That may have been the thing. I don't know if there's been an update since then, but that would be another huge ad. And yeah, it starts to get to the point. Oh, Yitzy's having FOMO
no.
that he's not.
Oh, look who we have here.
I got distracted. All I saw was here, and then I saw
Yitzy,
a face.
What's
Yitzy
going on?
Rosen. Look at that. What is going on? We
Is
just
this
started
car-
conversation.
Is this carpool karaoke? What is this? What's going on?
My
Where you
karaoke
going?
partner's not in the car right now. It's just me in the car.
Who was your partner?
I dropped off Ellie Racing Deal at his draft that he's going to.
Oh, you're his chauffeur. Wow.
I'm
Okay.
going to check it out. I want to see what it's all about. I want to see the hype. So after this, I'm going to go in and check it
Let
out.
us know. All right, awesome. So we have Yitzy Rosen here, Gold Glove catcher from Rockton. He also plays other positions, as we know, as we saw in the fall ball. Every position, been in the league for years. Also a champion. For the people, as I mentioned before, with Yossi, for the people who are watching this and don't know who you are, Yossi was the guy who's always in left field, swinging while the other team's up. Yitzy's the guy with the here. Okay,
The here
for
guy.
those- He's the hair guy. And welcome to the Commissioner's Corner softball preview. We're just talking right now to Yossi. We were asking him about Jules by DK, the moves they made. And this is perfect time for you because I think you know some of these guys and maybe you could tell us about them. He mentioned Sammy Soraya, Nadav or Nuti Auerbach, and Hank Dweck. Can you tell me anything about these guys?
Yeah, so
And what type of pickups they would be to Jules by DK? I know you played with them.
So Sammy Surya is probably from those guys the youngest of the bunch, I want to say. Superstar shortstop, great all around. I mean, probably one of the best gloves you see in the from world, and also a really, really good hitter. Ton of speed. He's a game changer kind of a player. Hank Dweck is more of a, I would say, not a bad fielder, but more like you're bringing him in for his bat, but a big, big, big power bat. I'm very curious. Say that again?
I said you said he's a great hitter?
I didn't hear you. What?
Just keep going.
So Hank Dweck.
Just keep talking.
Okay, Hank Dweck, more of a power hitter. Not a bad fielder, but you're bringing him in for his bat. And then Nutty Orbach is probably one of the best, like, two-way players that I've seen play. Also, young guy, actually not a Syrian. The other two are Syrians. Nutty Orbach is a J-dub, as I think they would refer to us as. But either way, great pickups. I think my one thing without you're not really asking me for my opinion. I think the one thing with guys like that is very simple. They're coming in from far away. How often are they going to come? And what does it mean to the rest of the teams, like the camaraderie for the rest of the team? Guys that, throughout the regular season are always playing, and then now come playoff time, big games, they maybe get pushed out of the lineup. That's something that I think, for a captain, it's a little bit difficult to juggle. But if you can do that well,
Yitzy, that's a great point. That's a great point. I played with Jules by DK for the last bunch of years, and I did think it hurt the team that when you got to the playoffs, it was like a different roster. There was no consistency in the lineup, in the fielding, and I think it hurts. I really think it hurts a team. Even if you're fully, you're fully loaded with great players, but if there's no consistency, the team doesn't gel. It's hard to get it going. Also, hey, playoffs, championship, let's go. And I think it did affect Jules by DK, where you have guys coming from Lakewood just to play the minimum 5 games, and everybody's playing around. And guys who play the regular season are not playing now. I do think it affected that. I would like to see how it plays out this season.
Look,
I definitely agree with your
I
point.
think we're hoping that these guys are not just playoff players. That's the expectation.
And this year with the 7 games, right? This year, so if they're in the playoffs, that means they played at least 7 games. That's almost half
40% of the games. That you've got that built in, like we've played together for a while, type thing.
Right.
You think about it. I'm curious.
So here's one thing.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah. No. Go ahead. Yes.
I was gonna say, like, what's the number of games the average player plays anyway, as it is? Probably 11.
The average player, or how many games a player plays on average?
Fair enough.
Yitzy, you just out-lawyer a lawyer.
Well, no, Yitz is a lawyer too.
Oh, that's true. That's a good point.
What I'm saying is, like, I feel like most guys play probably 10 to 11, so it's not even that much more than the minimum required. So
right.
I guess we'll see how it plays out. Yeah, see.
And did you guys lose anybody? Jules by DK.
They lost Ezzy.
I don't.
Thank you. There we go.
Is he officially off the team?
It's out.
What? Am I not on Jules by DK this season? Did nobody tell me this? Are we first flagging this out?
Broke the news.
I did not know that.
This is so uncomfortable for me. I will not be back on Jules by DK this season.
Wow.
Moving on to another team.
Which team?
I'm moving on to which team am I moving on to yet? Which roster am I on today?
Aren't you playing with rejoining your former teammate Dovid Friedman?
Yes. Yossi's just breaking news all over the place.
I am. You know what? It was a hard decision for me, but you know what? I knew that at this point in my career, them bringing on a lot of really solid players, and I still want to play a little. And the way I was when I started with the team was more of a leadership role. And I felt that they have enough leaders there, they have enough players there, and I still want some playing time. And I never wanted to be a headache to, to Penny, to these guys who are making decisions. It's complicated sometimes, and I know where I'm holding in my career. So I just thought going to Double R, a team that could use more of a player like me, more of a veteran, experienced guy to keep the team growing was a better fit for me, and I think it's helpful to both teams that I don't complicate Penny's job as a coach. I've done that for 3 years, and I gave that up because it's hard. It's very hard when Penny's telling me that I can't play in the playoffs. I know how hard it is for him. He knows what I gave through the season, and it's
He's your
complicated.
friend.
So we're friends. We're very good friends. I just thought it's a perfect time now for a Double R, an upcoming team. They had a great season last year that I can actually help them, playing a little first base, DH, third base, little backup pitcher, and ultimately really help them, try to be a leader for those young guys.
So at this point, I think we didn't really mention all the players who are changing teams. I think we should go team by team very quickly, sort of like a power rankings, preseason power rankings. Obviously, I put some thought into it because what else do I do? But we'll go through. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and as we go through each team, be as honest as you can. If you think they're too high, too low, and why. You guys know everybody in the league. I mean, or for the most part, so it should be very easy for you guys to do. And then we'll say who left the teams. So I'm going to start number one to the bottom. I think it's easier. I don't want to go to the bottom because I don't know. The bottom four teams are all the same. But to me, preseason, usually when I do the power rankings, we do bottom to top. But preseason, we're going to start from the top right now because it's more just like a ranking based on last season, I think. So MJ won the championship last year, so you give them the number one seed going in. That's what we like to do. Champions get the number one. What's interesting about MJ is their off season. It was a little bit hectic, so everybody's going to be finding out some things now if they haven't yet. So they have a great team. We all know that. They had some guys who only played 5 games last year, and they played in the playoffs. They played in the championships, and they won. And they made some moves this offseason. So first of all, they made a few acquisitions. So they acquired Moshe Tischler, and Eliezer Rader. They got those 2 guys from Morty's team. That's what I know for sure. They also got, and Yossi, you would know this maybe more than me or the same as me, some of Naftali Solomon's Teaneck team. He had some really good players, and supposedly they're joining as well. He had a few very good players, 2 brothers, I think the Heller brothers, and they're joining. So they made those big pickups. They won the championship. They got those guys. They got some guys from MS Motors, which wasn't easy, to allow that to happen. But it worked. League rules, if the captain's okay with it and all that, they got him. And that was when they made. They lost Dovi Freeman,
Who was great for
which
them.
is a pretty big
He was
loss.
great for them.
He was there. He was great for them, and he's there every game. And they also lost, and this was contended a little because this guy's a better player. He doesn't play as often. They lost James Potash. Now, Yossi, you don't know who he is. I know that. Yossi has no idea, by the way, has he?
The amount of times that me and Yitz have had the conversation of who is Potash is amazing. But yeah,
He has no idea. Yitzy might know him. You played against him, and James Potash joined RSK. Joined RSK actually. How often it'll be there? Could be 1 game, could be 5 games, could be 7. I'm leaning towards lower than that, as what he says. But he joined RSK. He's best friends with Isaac, and he said he wasn't coming back to the league anymore, even though he won a championship. It's a schlep for him. He didn't have friends on his other team, and if he played to be with Isaac, and he moved from MJ to RSK. MJ beat RSK in the playoffs, so he's going to RSK to try to help them beat MJ now. The opposite of the Kevin Durant move, I would say. So those are the moves they made. I still have them at number 1 because they're a great team. They have, top pitcher in the league. They have top hitters in the league, more MVPs than any other team. That's my number 1. What do you guys have to say?
I think the thing with MJ
I
is,
think
yeah, Yitzy, you have thoughts? You can go first. I went first.
No, I was going to say the fact that they won, obviously, automatically to put them at the top makes a lot of sense, unless something drastic happened to the roster. I think losing Potash, who in the playoffs was maybe one of their best hitters, is definitely a big, big loss. But again, I don't know the guys that you mentioned that they picked up, but I'm sure they're not picking up scrubs. They're picking up good players. So I think I have nothing. I have no issues with you putting them there, especially based on the fact that they beat us and then they won the championship.
Okay, so before Yossi goes, Yitzy, you said they beat you in the championship. We talked about it a little before. Tell us about that championship quickly, and why do you think you guys lost? You were the
I,
number
I
one
think
seed.
I think the biggest thing, two things. One thing with regards to our team, and one thing with regards to their team. And I'll start with their team first. I think in game one, I want to say we won 9-1. We weren't running away, but it was a lot of errors on their part. And going into game two, they put in some guys played 5 games, some guys played 4 games. They moved the guy from the outfield to the infield that played 4 games, but he was eligible. And that changed the game. That changed it for them. It really did. I think their defense beat what was probably their biggest, almost their strongest part of their game in games 2 and 3. So I think from their perspective, you have to give them a lot of credit. They made a big adjustment, and it was huge. It was huge for them. I think from our perspective, the fact that we won 9-1, even though we didn't play a very good game, there was almost a little bit of, I feel like we took our foot off the gas going into game 2. And against a team like MJ with a pitcher like Solomon, you do that, it's a recipe for disaster. So I think that's a very big thing. That if you just look at our team talent wise, I think we were clicking, we were playing well, we rolled through a lot of teams outside of Double R, who, as he joined, I think is a phenomenal addition to their team. Outside of them, I think we were really playing well, and we, for whatever reason, there was a certain confidence, but maybe almost edging on cockiness going into game 2. I think that hurt us, and but I think going into this year, I don't know where you're going to have us ranked, but I'm very excited about it. And I think one thing to give you guys credit, we had, as everybody knows, 3 guys from the 5 towns last year. They were all eligible, but again, we're not, I wouldn't say bought in and fully dedicated to the league. The one thing about what MSL has become, outside of just, I think, a very talented league, you guys taking over and making a lot of changes, guys are interested in coming back. And I think that's one of the big things that we're going to have this year is 3 superstars or 3 really good players, whatever you want to call them, now being more committed, playing 10 games, 11 games. I think that's a huge, huge difference for us. And the mentality that I think we know we need to have now going in is hopefully what takes us over the top this year. So I guess I could just get a little bit of a breakdown on wherever you have
That's
us
cool.
ranked.
Listen, Rockton definitely has the talent. I really thought you were the better team last season. In championship, I really thought you're the team. You had the pitching, you had the hitting, you had it all. And obviously, like you said, maybe it was not going for it all. When you had the opportunity. But there's definitely great talent there. Any big changes on your team? Just once we have talked about Rockton, or you're running it back with the same, more or less same roster?
I would say more or less the same. We do have a couple of guys that I think we really just very, very recently, tried to add or officially add to the rosters. I don't know if it's been announced yet. Like I sent the names over to Effie, but other than that, no huge changes.
Do
I
it
think the
now.
biggest.
Do it
What
now.
was that?
Do it now. Who are the names?
Just, I don't know if it's official
Go
yet.
for
That's why
it.
I don't want to say it. I want to kind of wait for
Go on.
Effie to tell me for
Go on.
sure. But either
Opening
way,
day, game 1. Aaron Judge. We didn't tell you. It wasn't official. We just didn't want to let you know.
But going back to the guys that were on the team last year, I think for the most part it's going to be the same team. And guys now also, even for some of the Muncie guys, I think one of the biggest, like to me, a guy like Donnie Cohn is before he's a softball player, he's an athlete. And I think one of the biggest things that last year he became was a better hitter. He wasn't just getting on base because he was rolling over, hitting ground balls and just beating throws out. He became better. And I think he has so much untapped potential that just as pure his athletic ability, but now I think he's also falling in love more with the game of softball. Like I talked to him about it now. I think that's a huge, huge thing. So even a guy like him who's been in the league now for, a quite amount of time playing since he's very young, he's a guy who I really expect to take a step forward. And then, I think, we have a ton of talent on the team overall, guys being more brought in, but no huge changes.
Did you lose
And
anybody?
I don't think you need the big changes. I think if you run it back with the same team, I think you'll end up in the same top spot up there because you definitely have the talent. Because even straight across the board, even I don't want to say the lower end, but even guys like Sam Race, Feinsod, you're a deep team. You're a very, very deep team, and no matter where you look in the lineup, you guys got hitters. You really have a lot of
By the
hitters.
way,
You have
Ezzy,
Nenner
what
as
you're
as a
saying,
great
I
hitter.
think, is really one of the biggest keys to winning in these leagues is the lower end guys. You need to
Depth. Yeah.
raise that
Lineup
thing.
depth.
And that's what I was going to say about MJ. I don't know because I don't have the roster in front of me, but I always felt every time we played them, where even when you got to the quote unquote weaker part of the lineup, you were like, these are still legit hitters. Like you're not like suddenly like,
Right.
okay,
You don't.
I'm good for the next inning and a half. Like we're fine. We're just gonna get through this. It'll be the fifth inning before we see anybody again. Like no, it's yeah, sure you're not seeing the top guys, but these are legit guys who can put up 5 runs against you if you're not you're not doing everything you can to
And
shut them down.
and especially with slotting, right? So there used to be, Yitz Greenbaum was up for a team, or I'm not going to say other people for other teams, but there were some players who they were known as just fielders, right? So you get the first 7 guys out, then 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, they're done. They have no chance against me. You don't see that anymore. You're slotting 2 guys. You're having guys who could hit, and it makes a big difference, and it makes the league better. I think. The weaker hitters, some of them don't even want to hit, and now pitchers are facing top line. It's like taking away the pitcher in the NL and DH. The lineups are longer now,
Yeah.
and it's harder to beat them.
I think
That
one
being
thing,
said,
Ezzy, I'm happy you brought up like guys like Sam and Feinstein, because like in my mind, and to my credit, I try to keep myself young, so I'm like friends with a lot of these guys. So in my mind, they're more my age, but in reality, they're 12 years younger than me, and they're only getting a lot better. Like these are kids. These are guys that are
Yeah.
being so much better. They're not at my stage of my career where I've been playing now for 20 years already plus, whatever it is. Look, hopefully I still have more years in me. But the point is, these guys are
Yet
all should be
in my
getting a
mind, you're
lot
still
better.
25. In
Exactly,
my mind, you're
exactly.
still 25. For some reason,
But
I don't know.
that
You're 25.
But Yitzy, but you know
I'll
what?
take
They're
that. But that's a
lucky.
big thing for us.
Yitzy, they're lucky. Think about it. Me and you are obviously like we're not the same age as Ezzy and Yitz, and we played together. Coming up, we didn't have the same type of like hardcore committed large group. Not, of course, there were the individual people,
Right.
but you didn't have like a full league built out like this where you're playing with with the talent level that Yitz and Ezzy have pulled into the league, and they're lucky for that. Like they're getting to play. We didn't get
Well,
this.
100%. 100%. Again, there were
this
diehards.
is
Like I
why Ezzy
always
and I
look.
are there until 11 o'clock.
Yeah, look, there was always like I always loved softball. Like even since I was a kid, like since I'm 10 years old, I always loved going out and playing softball. But I think like Yossi just said, yes, you had a core group of guys that have been playing for the last 20 plus years, and we knew some of the older guys that were also like that. But I think what you're seeing now, and again, like to your guys' credit, you guys being diehards and now running the league and putting so much into it. It's phenomenal for us. I think we're still lucky that we have it now. But yeah, for the guys that are coming up in their young 20s, it's amazing.
Yeah, you have a whole
Yeah.
league of guys like that, not just the 10 guys that were like that.
100%, and we'll get to some of those young guys and some teams in a minute. Number 2 on my list, power rankings. I guess I'm not going to say power rankings. If I say power rankings, Ezzy, we're going to have the same exact fight we had last year when we called it an all-star game. Okay, it's not power rankings, guys. It's just the order of maybe standings from last year. I don't know. Number 2 is Maractum on my list. They got to the championship last year. They were the number 1 seed all year last year. They have the 3 guys from 5 towns who are supposedly committed more. Another season under their belt in this league, on this field, using this clincher with the big infield will make a difference for them. Seeing pitchers from a foot or 2 back, changes your approach as a hitter. They'll see that more often now. Not throwing shade on any other leagues where the pitcher pitches from 3 feet out. But it makes a difference for a hitter, even if you're further back. More time to think about it. Maybe that's not a good thing. As Yitzy said, Donnie Cohn is getting better. Sam Race led the league in RBIs last year. Feinstein's a very hard out. They got Weissmendel, all the guys on the team. Yitzy.
Yeah, and you also got 2 great pitchers. I mean, you're talking about 2. They're 2 A+ pitchers they
Yitz
have.
was just going to say something nice about me, and you cut him off.
Sorry, go back.
We planned that out, by the way, as he was going to do. It just disrupt too much.
Yitz gave me the wink. You didn't see?
So I was going to say that last year they were the number 1 seed, and that's with Yitzy missing half the season about. Okay? And that was a huge loss. Besides losing a great hitter, they lost probably the top, a defensive calling a game catcher in the league, other than my catchers, of course. But that was a big loss for them, and now they have him hopefully healthy for a full season. So there's no way they should be under number 2 ranked. And if they if they didn't lose a championship, they would be the number 1 ranked team, whether they picked up guys or not. Because when you win a championship or even lose a championship, you really don't need to make moves. You got there for a reason. It's the other teams that have to make the moves. We see it in basketball as well. So that's where I have them. What do you guys think about that ranking, number 2?
I think again, going back to a point that Yossi made earlier, by the way, about the depth on the team. Like, first of all, yes, I missed half the season last year, and Jeremy Berman stepped in and was on base every game a couple times, called a good game. That's a very big thing about us is like you get Shlomi Mendelowitz, Noam Wainhouse. These guys are all really, really good players. Like if we put out our lineup like that, 1 through 10, we're tough outs. We're good.
Yeah, I always say one of the toughest teams for me over the years is facing Morocco. They have a very deep lineup. They have speed, and for some reason, I would say my worst record from all teams is against them. Throughout the years, they have guys, and I said Noam Wainhouse is another guy. He kills me. He hits the ball really well. Fastballs he hits. He's a very good hitter. So that's a great team, and they're going to be up there again. Number 3. Here's where it starts to get interesting. We're done with the championships. I have, based on the pickups they made this year, I have Jules by DK, number 3 this year. I think their team is phenomenal. I think the pickups, based on what Yossi said and based on what Yitzy said and what I know of these guys, those are game changers. If they're eligible and they get into the playoffs, you have Sammy Soroya in the infield with Uri Adler, with Rosenberg. You have Auerbach and Yossi and Kagan.
Joe Soria. You have Aaron Schwartz. That team is loaded. On paper, I'm leaving that team, but I know I'm leaving a team that is absolutely loaded. On paper, I think they're the most talented team. They just, you look at every position. I don't even know where they're going to put everybody, but they're on paper, they're as loaded as the team we have in the league right now.
If I was doing power rankings and based on no championship at all of last year, I might have Jules by DK number 1 based on from what I hear about these superstars. When you're a great team and you pick up 3 or at least 2, as I said, maybe not 2 top guys in the league, and this is a top outfielder and a top shortstop. I mean, that just catapults you. It does. They're a great team. They have great pitching. Shmuel Lobenberg is still in. He's a ZD, and he's still pitching lights out. Simcha Adler pitches. It's Yossi when they need him pitches.
Also, honestly, with our defense pickups, it doesn't even matter who pitches. Honestly, it's so like we're playing with a clincher. The guys are not. Nobody's hitting it 350 feet. You're gonna hit it and guys will run it down.
Yep. So I have Jules by DK. Yossi Rosenberg, your team. That's what I have there. If anybody thinks differently, they can let me know. Number 4, I have my team, RSK. We lost in the semifinals last year. Heartbreaking fashion, I guess. Not as heartbreaking as Jules by DK, but up 4-1 in the 9th.
It was pretty bad. Yes, it was pretty bad. Don't sugarcoat it.
No, it's not that often a guy gives up 10 runs in 1 inning, but I managed to do it. That was rough. We did lose Avi Phillipson. I just found out when someone sent me the rosters that he's on another team.
Where'd he go?
Okay. So
where's he going?
He went to EYG. We'll talk about them in a few minutes. Yeah. Did we lose anybody else? Simcha Zev Baron lives in Israel now. I don't know how often he's going to be here. We got back Jeremy, hopefully, from injury, hopefully.
So that's a big pickup. Jeremy back in your lineup is a big-time pickup.
Just put Jeremy in a bubble now.
How about your...
I told him that. By the way, he has the RCCS tournament coming up. I'm like, you're not playing that. That's like opening day by us. He's like, no, hockey comes first. I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to see you again.
Yep.
And we hope James Potash is going to play some games, and that will be our changes. Other than that, we've been the same team for...
Yes. How about your son?
Same thing. He's in Israel. He'll come and play 4 games, and just like that other guy, but he won't be eligible, and that guy will. But yeah, and he's going back to Israel, Meretz Hashem. So yeah, that's a loss. Same team for the last 8-9 years already. We pick up some children. We have 6 Shatkins on the team this year. 6. So I'm sure that's good.
There's more. There's more. There's more.
Eitan, Noah, Ari, Yona. Jason, what is that? 5 or 6? I don't even know. But we have a lot. But that's our team. We might lose. Well, we might lose a big loss. We might lose Jack Bond.
Oh,
So it's a big loss because he's our second pitcher and he's a great pitcher. We'll talk about which team he might be going to. So number 4 is RSK. What do you guys think about that?
I think that makes sense. I mean, look,
No disagreement.
yeah. Yeah, and honestly, you said no
Okay.
changes. Like, I don't even think that RSK needs any changes. It's always good to add, but like, you guys have been in it, championship team a bunch of times, and you're. The reality is, you're not going to win every year. That's just how it goes. The fact that you lost in the semis,
Thank God for the league.
right?
Every year.
So like, yeah, but like, you guys have been great, and keep going out there, and don't mess with what's working.
But I always say that it's not even the talent. Yes, we have talent. Of course, we have talent. It's playing together, guys playing together. I tell this to new teams. I say, don't expect to win the championship your first 3 years. Don't. It's more than a 3-year process. Play together every year, get better. We've been playing together for a long time, and it makes a difference. You see it on the
Yeah.
field. Guys play together. You have talented teams who don't win the first year, and then they break it up. Ellie Race, if you're watching, it takes time. So we have that team. Number 5 on my list is, and this team struggled last season. I think they're going to be better this season. Consumers Lighting. They won the championship 2 years ago. Struggled last season. Josh Flax, captain, said, they were hungover from the year before. They were happy they won. They didn't come back as strong. If you remember them, in years past, they would be at the field an hour early, that team, for every game. And they would get the dugout before everybody. They'd be on the field, 15 guys there. Last year, never early to games, just coming in later. They weren't the same team. They picked up Yishai. He's back on the team, so that's a nice pickup. They picked up a guy from Teaneck. His name is Cohen, also a very good player. And Dan Linevsky is back from injury, hopefully. Also should be in the bubble. And they didn't really lose. They lost Kersner, but they're a good team. They've also Chesky Rosenberg, Dovid Rosenberg, Stimmel. We know those guys. I think they're the fifth
They're
best.
one of those teams that you look at them and they're just a chippy team. With the Rosenbergs, they're always going to compete, and you always think you go against them. Oh, we have them. We can beat them. We can beat them, and they're always there. They're always competing in all the games. They're a quick team. They play great defense. With the Rosenbergs in left field and shortstop. So I happen to like that team a lot. But definitely last year, you saw the fire wasn't there as much. But talent, they're just going to fight with every team. They're just one of those chippy teams that are always, I don't know if they can win a championship with how the league is loaded now, but they're always going
Don't
to compete.
don't tell them that because then he's
I'm,
gonna
I'm
think
trying to, I'm trying to light
Listen,
Flax up.
he's
I'm
gonna think
trying
I
to.
said it. He's gonna think I said
No,
it.
no,
And
I said it.
next
It's a,
time they
it's a
have a
little.
team huddle, you're
This
gonna
is
have to
me
censor
getting
it.
at Flax. Flax always needs a little fire, and he always comes after you. Let him come after me.
Thank you. Thank you.
Also, they're the type of team that, like you said, the chippy and their speed. Like, what happens is you make a mistake with one of the Rosenbergs. The next thing you know, the ground ball, and he's standing on third base. Now you're frustrated, and everything and then the next guy's fast, and the next guy's fast, and then suddenly next thing you know, it's 8-0, and you're like, how did that happen? I don't
Yeah.
even know. And that's how they win. That's how they're going to beat you.
If you remember, the biggest move that Yitzy Rosen made last year in the All-Star game was putting Chesky and Dovid
Yep.
into that second game. Because he brought in the speed, got rid of those big swingers, and that changed the game. And then the other team's like, oh, these guys aren't good hitters. They're just fast and young. And like, well, that's how
Right.
you play baseball. And that's what those
Yeah.
guys have.
Look,
That's their
I'll
team.
tell you.
They're led by those two guys.
I
up top.
am very fast, but I am normal fast. If I hit a ground ball to short, if the guy makes the play normal, throws to first, I'm going to be out. It might be close, I'm going to be out. One of the Rosenbergs hits that ground ball to short. It's a 50-50 shot if you make a clean. Like, that is game-changing fast. That changes things.
Yeah. 100%. And then with Yishai and Linevsky and all those other guys back, it's a big deal. Yitzy Rosen, maybe he'll be back, maybe not. He's at a draft now. So number 6 on the list, and I have them number 6 because they made a lot of moves. We'll announce some of their moves, is EYG. That is Avi Edelman, pitcher, Yitzy Stern, captain, Ellie Gelb, captain. So they made some pickups from Brooklyn. I don't know if Yossi, you played with these guys ever. You might have.
Do you guys hear me?
Park. They are Rokachs. You know the Rokachs?
Is that
They play in the
okay?
tournament.
I think I know one. I've played with or against Rokoffs in the 5 towns.
Yo, you gotta reload.
Yeah.
How do I do
so
that?
that's right. So they're from Brooklyn.
Yeah,
supposedly.
infielder.
They played there. Infielder, third baseman, shortstop, two of them. Some guy supposedly is a very good catcher. Ashkenazi, his name is, also from Brooklyn. I don't know him.
Benji
Yeah,
Ashkenazi?
Lowinger says he's yes,
Also a
Benji.
good player. Yeah.
Okay, so these are guys Lowinger picked up. Picked up a guy named Brescher, David Brescher. He says he's a phenomenal hitter. I don't know him.
Not sure.
But this is all coming from Lowinger. And you know, Yossi, about Lowinger. When he makes a team, it's a good team, right?
He's not coming to just to show
from the
up. He's
tournament.
not coming just to show up there. He's there to win.
Correct.
Who's going to be doing their pitching for them? Is Avi?
Good
Yeah.
question. So Edelman says he's going to play, get eligible. They also picked up a Schönbrunn. So now they have a second pitcher, right? It was Eli Gelb, who's fine, but Eli Gelb's not in Israel half the time. And now they picked up Schönbrunn. So that's as long as he's pitching legally, that's a good pitcher. Very
Yes,
good.
someone on that team is a good pickup. He's a legitimate pickup. It's on a winning team, so I think it will work for his personality. That they can keep him in check because he definitely has the talent. So that's a good number two pitcher between Avi Edelman and Schomburn. I think that's going to help a lot.
By the way, it's your comment
Yeah,
about pitching
100%.
legally. It's amazing to me how that is such a when a good pitcher comes from another league to Muncie where it's actually enforced, it changes everything. It's such a big change.
Remember the All-Star game
Yeah.
even, when Kaufman was dealing, and then Dave Norman said, "You're not on the mat," and that changed it right away. That
And,
second
the,
game. It
there,
does.
and by
It
the way,
makes
also
sense.
we're a little further than other leagues sometimes are. I remember talking to Yossi
Yes,
Kaufman because
yes.
I play with him in other leagues, and he was saying, yeah, like it changes it in the five towns. Like he could just go back, take his little step up, and fire, and that will play. In Muncie, that doesn't play as well. You're a little further. You can't step up, so now you got to think a little bit more about your pitching. It changes things a lot.
Changes it 100%. It changes that for the hitters out. They picked up Phillipson, like I said, so that's another batter, another outfielder. Because what's his name? They're one of the best players in Israel for the year. Hollander.
He that by the way, that's a big loss. If he's not playing for them, that's a big loss. Hollander was their star. He's a star young kid that helps that team a lot. So I wonder where they'll get all the runs. So these guys from Brooklyn better be really good hitters to be able to replace some of the run production from Hollander.
Yeah. And also, I'm looking at the roster.
Did you guys mention a guy, Roca?
The roster. Stern just sent to me. There's one more guy that stuck out that I wanted to talk about. Oh, yeah, obviously. Morty J. So Morty J, let's talk about this. We might as well. Morty J won MVP. Was top 5 MVP last year. Top 3 maybe, right? Huge season. A lot of teams wanted him. Okay? And there were some of the top teams wanted him. I'm not going to say which teams. They wanted him. They made a play for him. And as commissioners, we had to step in a little bit. We have rules. And Yossi could talk about other leagues as well, if these rules are a benefit or a detriment to the league. But one of our rules is a top guy for sure, cannot leave a middle team to go to a team that's one of the top 3 teams, championship contenders. And he wanted to go because why not? I want to join a better team. I want to win. The other team wanted him, and we had to step in. We spoke to the guy. He understood at the end. He goes, "I get it for the league, but I really." And we stepped in and we stopped it. So there are things going on behind. He's a superstar that a middle team had, and he was trying to go to a top team, and we said no. And Yossi's been in leagues where he sees guys move. What do you say about that rule that we have about lower teams not losing top guys?
It's really, really tough because on one end, let's say in this situation, right, you have a guy who wants to go play. It's hard to tell a guy, no, I want you to stay on the lower team, especially if he feels like there's nowhere to go, right? If his team is just going to stay middling and all that, and he's like, I want to go win, and you're like, no, you can't, you got to stay. That's a hard sell, but at the same time, that's what keeps leagues healthy. I played in leagues where over the years it just becomes like a 4-team league, whether there are only 4 teams or practically it's only 4 teams, and the rest it's a joke, and it's not fun. It's not fun. So yeah, maybe for 1 year it's fine, it flies. The second year, but then by the time you get to the third year, nobody's having fun anymore. If you're a 4-team league, you're playing the same teams over and over and over again. Sure, it's great talent, but it's the same talent. It's not fun. So it's important to do it. Obviously, you got to use your brains and gentle touch when it comes to how you're handling it and use your discretion. But broadly speaking, I think it's important. It's really important.
Ultimately, it's the health of the
Yeah.
league.
I
And like
I
we
want
told,
to
like
add
we
to what
told,
Yossi's
yeah,
saying
go
though.
ahead, Yitz.
I think
You go.
besides for again the benefit of the league, besides for the benefit of the league, I think it's also so important. Yitz, you made this comment earlier. Like you
As
mentioned
you
Ellie
speak, you hear me?
Race's
Maybe
name.
Elo says. Yossi, you
Yeah,
hear
I
me?
hear you.
I hear you.
Oh, now you do. Was I saying something? I wasn't saying it. You were saying the health of the league, and then you said, "Go ahead, Yitz." I don't know. Go.
No, I think he was talking to me.
Yitzy,
Do you guys hear me?
yes, I hear you.
Okay.
Yossi,
So I think
I
Ezzy's,
feel like
Ellie
it's
Ezzy's
that
fine.
news
Yitz.
reporter, like now going to him, and he's like,
Okay, well,
Yitz
this is
Greenbaum
how I know who's
earlier
lagged. Yossi,
said,
put one finger up if you hear me. Ezzy, put one finger up if you hear me. So what the heck?
"That's weird."
Both of you put one finger up if you hear
Yitz,
me.
do you hear me?
Okay, so Ezzy, let's go.
As
Talk.
he,
You want to hear
yeah,
me? Do you
Do
hear
you
me?
hear me?
I hear
you were in
everybody.
the middle of saying something.
Who me? But I stopped for Yitzy Rosen.
Oh, what?
Yitzy's not here.
Where's Yitzy Rosen?
He just
I thought
came. He just started talking about the health of the league. He's in. He's back in.
that's you.
No.
You guys don't hear me?
I hear you, Yitzy Rosen. Yossi Rosenberg, you
So
hear
weird.
Yitzy Rosen.
No. Uh-oh.
I hear Yitzy
Someone check
Rosen.
in on Ezzy.
Time out. Time out. Yossi, Ezzy was saying about the health of the league, correct?
Yes.
No, Yitzy Rosen is online. Yitzy Rosen is
He's
talking.
not here.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know what's going on. I hear you, Ezzy. I hear
What are
everybody.
you talking about?
Yitzy Rosen, tell everybody to pick up one finger if they hear you.
Everyone pick up one finger if you hear me.
They don't hear you. I'm the only one that
Only
hears
Ezzy
you.
hears
That
me.
is wild. Is Yitzy?
No, he's
That's
on.
crazy. I thought you were talking to
No,
me.
no, Yitzy Rosen is talking. I hear him, and he's saying, "Yeah, you." Okay, now Yitzy Rosen's off.
He was never here.
That's
He was
crazy.
here.
I thought you were talking to me. I'm like, wow, I'm not
No,
saying
Yitzy
anything.
Rosen jumped by and he said, "I want to follow up on what Yossi Rosenberg
Oh.
said about the health of the league," and I shut up. And you guys didn't hear Yitzy Rosen. I'm the only one that heard him. I didn't think I drink that much.
That was crazy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy this is live. And
So let me jump back into what I was thinking about the health of the league. Is that ultimately you don't want to create super teams. Super teams kill leagues. You want talented teams. You want
there he
great teams
is.
out there. Yitzy Rosen is back.
I
Does
was in the
anybody else
middle
see
of
him?
making the greatest point ever.
Does
Okay, do
everybody
you
hear
hear me
Yitzy
now?
Rosen?
Yes, yes.
Yes. Yitzy
Now,
Rosen, could you
let's
please
hear your point.
validate that you were talking to me?
I was talking for about like 5 minutes. Ezzy and I were having
Oh
a
my
conversation.
All right, guys.
Okay, but I
Wow.
do. I think
They thought I
what I
was
wanted to
drunk.
say
They
was
thought I was drunk.
no. By the way, it's probably hilarious if you're them, yeah. But what I wanted to say was because you're talking about EYG and Morty J, and I think Yossi made a great point about for the health of the league. But I think to add to that, and Yitz, you said this earlier. You kind of made a comment, that you would tell Ellie Race like stop jumping teams. It's the same thing for Morty J. I think from his perspective right now, yes, they're a middling team. Okay, he saw how much better other teams were, and he wants to jump. But for him to also know that if EYG continues to get better, and they added this kid Rokach, who's supposed to be a really good player this year, and Hollander's going to come back from Israel in a couple of years, you give it time, they can also get a lot better. So it's not just about the health of the league, which is true. It's very important, I think, for the health of the league as well. But even for him, he might be a little upset about it this year. I really think going forward, he's not going to be upset as long as they continue to try to build, obviously.
And that's what really we tell these players. We understand your position. Give it one more season, because then you at least can show the team, guys, try to build something to keep this guy. And there was another player as well from a team that wanted to move up, and we told him the same thing. Don't just jump to a top team. Give it one more year. If you're not happy after this season, you don't feel your team made enough moves, we'll have the conversation. We don't want to be jerks either, not have a conversation, but just you're a good player. Then you're not letting the middle teams grow. You're not letting the middle teams become top tier if they're constantly losing their top guys. So we want the league to grow from to be a deep
Right.
league. We really want it to be a deep league,
And
where there are 10 strong
And we're
teams.
not, the key here is that we're not talking about like bottom teams where they really need a full roster revamp. You're talking about that middle
Right.
team where
Hmm.
they're a few pieces away from being legit contenders, and they can get there.
They were in the championship. They were in the championship back to back,
Right.
21 and 22. That's not that long
Right.
ago. And they picked up Morty, and they
Right.
picked up now these guys. I mean, come on, give it a chance. So yeah, to Morty, you're right. Give it a chance, and that's what we try to talk to them about. And that's what it is. Next team, number 7, I have Double R, who is the up and coming team. Gave Marockton tons of tough games last year. They picked up this year Ezzy and Dovid Friedman. I don't know if they picked up anybody else, but for sure those two guys. I didn't hear them losing anybody, and that's an up and coming team. They have superstar shortstop Ari Rosenberg. I think they'll get better. Do I know if they'll be better than the other teams I mentioned? I don't know, but they can be.
Yeah.
I still think they're missing a power bat. I know I've said it to them. I think they need that. They have a race. Nate Race is a great hitter. They have the pitching. They have nice players all over. I think they need that middle of the guy where they not.
Is it,
Rosenberg is power though.
He is. He is. I think they still need one more. But there's definitely talent on that team and young talent. I think they have, again, they're one of those teams. Stay together, build it. Pick up 2 players this year, 2 players next, and just constantly get better, and then they'll start breaking the top tier. Don't break it up. Just build up what you
I
have.
think for them, Dovey Friedman's a huge ad. That,
Yes.
Yep,
So is
yep.
Ezzy Katz. But yes, Dovid Freeman is a huge
Yeah.
ad. Huge
He
ad.
is.
Tough out. Could play a lot of positions.
Can play a bunch of positions. Play third base.
and
Play
once he gets
outfield.
and once he
good
gets
bat.
a glove that's a normal size, it'll and not using
It's true.
He's a great teammate
yes,
also. So I
great
think
guy
that
player.
the Double R team is a very camaraderie team, very chemistry team. That you can see they're friendly with each other. They
Great
have great
building.
captain
They're
and
good
very big
friends.
part of the team. So I think Dovey Freeman. I hope myself as well would be a nice fit to what they're trying to build there.
They're going to be good. But again, the top teams are, they're very good teams in the league. Like we had the problem with basketball. Who's moving? As he says, they're going to move up. Yeah, it's not so easy to move up. Next team is MS Motors. I have MS Motors. I believe it was at number 7 or number 8. Morty Kahana, Mazel Tov to Morty Kahana on the birth of a baby boy. I think today.
Oh, Miles Tov.
Captain Kahana. That team is, relatively the same team. They lost, as I mentioned earlier, they lost Raider and Tischler. But they had a big pickup. They picked up D-Rose.
Oh wow.
Very big pickup. Yes. So D-Rose goes to their team. Hopefully Ellie Miller comes back. He had that big knee injury last year. That was a big loss for them. They still have Levi Chamo. They still have Chaim Koenig. They're a solid quality team. Krause is pitching. Morty's a good captain, but I have them a little, under to start the season under Double R. What do you guys think about their team?
With Miller and D Rose, that team could be really good. That's a good team. They always play well. They play smart. They have a good captain there. I want to see Miller. He's a great hitter. He's a slugger. So those are nice additions. Those are really nice additions to that team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
They got
think
Chaim
it goes to
Koenig,
show that
he's a
this
great player.
it's the league is a good league. Like I don't think you have any of the teams ranked incorrectly. Like I think that it's Double R at 7, MS Motors at 8. It's true rankings, but they're not bad teams by any stretch. These are good teams. They're not teams to be taken lightly. And again, it just shows how deep the league is. And if these teams are okay with not breaking it up, and guys aren't just leaving, and they focus on bringing in a few better players, they become better. It just makes the league that much better.
100%. And Morty's the type to keep the team together. And oh man, my lights just went off. So Ezzy, you could continue for a second.
All
Well,
right.
I
So I
played a
don't know
lot
who
of
you
guys
have
from
up.
MS Motors I played with in fall ball. Like I played with a lot of these guys. Good players, good guys, like good energy guys also. They're a solid team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
hundred
so Ezzy does
percent.
not know who I have next because this is always a surprise for Ezzy when I do these rankings. Next, I have Cobra Rentals. They were in the play-in game last year against, I think, Double R, led by Kornbluth and Kuti Shipper. I think they're coming back with basically the same team. I didn't hear major pickups. What they need, and Ezzy knows this, they need Nuss and Goldstein to play more games. They need Ellie Lehman to play more games. And if their stars play more games, they'll be better. That's the bottom line with this team. They have very good players. They just have to come to the games. Same team, basically. Kuti Shipper, nice captain, great guy. We love Kuti. But They didn't make the playoffs last year, right? They lost in that playing game, and they're ranked number 9.
Feels right to me.
Can't disagree.
Right. Number 10 is this year, and now I have precision at number 10, which is going to be interesting. Some people are going to be angry at me that they're behind precision. Precision last year, I think they won 1 game, but Ezzy, we went to every game. We saw a big difference towards the end of the season.
100%.
They were competitive in games. They were getting better. They did not give up. Usually teams get mercied. They got mercied a lot. They give up. They stopped showing up. Their guys showed up. They were in games. They picked up some young players. I know Orishinsky picked up some guys who play in his other game, the Sushi League. One guy he swears is really good. His name is Goldblatt. I don't know him. He has your guy, Ezzy, again, Menachem Davidowitz, who's a good
Great
player.
player. I mean, if he didn't play that many games last season, he played
Right.
like 5, 6 games. And when he came, he's a stud. He's a stud outfielder. Great speed, great outfielder.
Drive
He's going to help that team the more he can play.
They
Yep.
still have
Also,
Goldfarb. They picked up a guy, Pete Osen. I heard he's good. I don't know him. What do you say?
that kid Davidowitz, he plays the outfield. He plays the outfield like Yossi Rosenberg. He's no fear. He's going after everything. Like, he makes his mind like, I'm catching the ball, doesn't matter what. Like, he's made some dives, like, legitimately, like, just all out, in the ear, willing to do that, and he's made plays. Great player.
He's a great player. Raw talent. He still has to, he's still raw. Like, he's running different decisions, throwing to the bases and everything. That's all will come. He's like, he's 21, 22. But he's definitely like a rising star type of player.
They still have Stillman and Zach Eisenberger and Weisberg, Dave Weisberg. So they still have those guys. They picked up Rosenwasser as well. They also got Yossi. Who they brought back to the league? Orchard Heroes, Suntag.
Oh wow.
Suntag is yeah. He's going to be back. So he's a solid
Yeah.
infielder, right? Solid player.
Base good.
I work a lot.
He's a base hit hitter. He gets on. Yeah. It sounds like they've got a lot of
So I think with
pieces
the
that need to click.
Correct. And another year under their belt. I wouldn't be shocked if they move up a little. These guys play together and the young guys come. So I have them at number 10. Number 11, this is interesting. These are the 2 teams that were together last year. Vision Vinyl, Mendy Rosen, number 11, going into the season. He has some solid players. His big pickup. Yitzy, you know that guy? His big pickup was the Wags. Yitzy Wag.
Wow.
Big pickup. Yes, he went to Mendy. Mendy must have paid for his mortgage or something. I'm not sure. But the Wags is going to his team.
I let my son Dovid join his team. Mendy, you paying for my mortgage also?
They also picked up a guy, Shua Weil. I think he was on EYG a few years ago. Supposedly a very good infielder. Tzvi Weil's son, I think. We know Tzvi. So, and they got Tzvi Teitelbaum's catching for them. He has some guys. He has a different Tischler, who's a good player, plays on Friday. Alicia Loeb, Traub, Birnbaum, Biederman. Solid players. And I told him, he said, we're going to make the playoffs. I go, I don't know if you're going to make the playoffs this year, but give it time. It's a process. Every year, add some guys, get rid of some guys who don't work out, and you'll do it. He has Krasnow and hopefully JB pitching for him.
Oh wow.
So
that's nice. That's
okay.
nice.
Right, if JB goes
Also with my son joining his team, my son's coming back from Israel now. He can bring, maybe the following season, bring 2 more, 3 more friends, and that's how you build these teams. You know guys. This guy knows guys, and with Krasnow and JB pitching, you're already starting off with really top pitchers.
Yeah, that's if JB goes. And Mendy, by the way, Yitzy, Mendy's trying everything to get him to come. Everything.
So here's the other thing. Like,
See,
I
he's
think you make a
trying
very
things
good point,
that we can't
Ezzy,
even
about
talk
your
about on the
son.
podcast.
Ezzy, your son coming. Do you guys hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Okay, so your son coming back from Israel, right? The point that you made about, he's a young guy, he's gonna have friends. That's big. And then now, just to spice things up, because why not? He has a brother in this league. If he pulls his brother, and his brother brings a couple of his friends along, very quickly, Vision Vinyl can become a great team.
And
Yep.
And then Yitzy Rosen goes to them.
Mendy's gonna be paying for a lot of mortgages.
Look, I think
Number
oh
12,
yeah, sorry.
the last team in the league is Avi Schwabel's team. That's Cuff and Co. But I have them at number 12, but I'm not so sure that they're going to stay at number 12. I spoke to someone who's really taking over that team, and as you know him, Dovid Geisels. I
Hmm.
think that's how you pronounce it. He's taking over the team. He got a lot of young guys to join that team. He's very excited. I spoke to him for a while on Friday because I want to know about the team. He said some very good hitters, but more importantly, he got some speedy fielders, great infielders, great outfielders, and he thinks with Yehuda Silber pitching. He said Silber's a great pitcher. You put a defense behind him that they didn't have last year, and it's a huge difference maker. So he's very excited about the team. I
I know
always
some
say
of the players that he has. They're athletic guys. I've never seen them play softball, but they've played basketball. I've seen them play football. He's definitely had some young, talented athletes that he has joining this team.
And Schwabel has his guys that are coming back. You know, the Aaron Steinbergs and whoever he had last year. He has some of his guys, his usuals. Yossi Newman, Abba is still on the team. You know, Abba's a solid hitter. But most of these new guys, his Silber's son, lefty legend, son's playing this year. So they have some young guys who are, that's going to make a difference. Young guys make a difference in the league. That's why Jason keeps having children.
Look, I think one
I
thing
think the
that's
guy's
going
name
here
is
is that
Dovid
we are.
Geisel. I think it's Geisel.
Geisels. He's a Queen. He's the
Yeah, but
yeshiva in
I
Muncie
played.
now, but he lives in Queens.
Yeah,
His
I played
father was my
football
He
with
plays in
teacher.
him.
tournaments.
Really nice guy. I'm sure if he's coming and he's bringing players with him, they're not going to be, again, scrubs. There's going to be some solid players he's bringing with him.
Correct. If he's saying he has talented guys, he's played. I think he plays in different leagues now. If he says he's coming with guys who could compete, he probably knows what he's talking about.
Look, I think
Yeah.
the league is a very, very long way from the days of me and Yitzy Wainhouse needing to play for Ear 8 just to make the game.
You got us our one win.
Yep. But that was you weren't on Ear 8
I say
then.
our. I wasn't. No,
Before
I
you.
came the next year.
Yeah.
But that was their one win. You know what? I'm upset at you because if you didn't get it, then my story would be even better. We were 0 and
Yeah.
20.
I've said this many times. I played on a Moroccan championship team. I don't know how many years ago. If maybe 15 years ago,
More,
about
more.
then, maybe a little more. That team today, if it played in the league today, I don't think it wins 3 games. And I don't the talent then to how we are talented today. The league is such a talented, loaded league today with a lot of young talent, experienced talent. It's amazing how it's grown and how much talent we have coming from Muncie, from different areas of Jersey, of Deal, Lakewood. Just we've really grown from talent wise. It's
I
amazing. Just even over the last bunch of
I can
years,
tell
it's
you, as
amazing.
someone who does the commute driving from Long Island to play, and I know how tough it is, I can tell it's really impressive that managed to attract non-Muncie guys to drive from Long Island to play. Like I do it because I've always played in the league. I know this, but you managed to attract like guys like Yossi Calvin to say like, yes, I am driving all the way in for it. It's awful. It's miserable. But they're doing it because
Sure.
it's worth it. It's fun. It's a great
Yeah, it's
experience.
great. We love when we see talent in the league coming from other players. We love it. Ezzy and I we love it, and that's what we always tell. Try to get guys from other leagues to join your team instead of picking up guys from our league. And there are guys out there. If they buy in,
Yeah.
there's some superstars in other places for sure. You know, they like coming to the league. The league is great. The field is nice. We have a good vibe at the game. We have food. So they're not just coming to play, which is competitive when they do come, but they get the vibe. They like
Yeah.
Ezzy going in their faces with his phone. They like the live stream to watch it after, and it's a good time for sure.
Yeah, it really, really
No,
is.
it
Look,
is.
like
It's
I said, I've been in the
exciting.
league for a long time. Longer than you yet. Not longer than Ezzy.
Do you remember me playing third base, or you already
I
you came
remember you
after
playing
that?
third base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
As you played a
it's
Gold Glove third
years.
base last year. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm
That was
hoping you see me a little more at third base this season. We'll see. We'll see if that magic still holds up.
to wrap things up. Just to say, these aren't power rankings. I don't want anybody. These are the standings from last year. Little differences. We
What?
wanted to show some player movement, and there was some player movement.
Yes, let people come after you. Let people come after you. Big deal. That's part of the league becoming great.
Yet put on the big boy pants. Yet Put
If
on the
you
big boy
if
pants.
you're coming after me, at least use your own contact name in the phone. That's all I'm gonna say. Question before Yitzy and Yossi leave and we leave. I put you on the spot right now. Other than me, obviously, and Ezzy as a pitcher, who Yitzy, you first. Give Yossi time to think. Toughest guy for you to hit.
Who's the toughest pitcher for me to hit? I feel like a guy, for some reason, and I think a lot of our team has this. I struggle, I think, against Moshe Nussin a lot. I probably have had a couple of like bombs off him, but not consistently like making good contact, line drives all over the place. I feel like he's a guy who I pop up against a lot, keeps me off balance. I would
Interesting.
say him more than anybody else is probably a guy who I've struggled with the most. I think guys like Solomon, I again, he's a great pitcher. Yitzer, a great pitcher, but like there's something about like the consistency of I feel like him almost keeping me off balance.
Good to know. I'll watch some of his videos.
Interesting. I think my
Yossi, what
I
about
think
you?
my answer is going to be a pretty boring one. Like Solomon is just tough to hit. That's what it
Makes
is.
sense.
Yeah.
I mean, he is. He's tough. He comes in hard. He throws
Key
like a
is
heavy
also he
pitch.
comes in
Hard to-
hard and he's not going to walk you. So you're going to have to swing. You can't wait him out. And that's it.
See, it's funny. I hit against Kaufman. I find that I can't explain it. He has a heavy ball. When Kaufman's pitching, something
Interesting.
heavy about his ball. It's something
I don't know if
that
I've
he
ever
has
faced
it.
Kaufman. Oh, I did in the All-Star game. But that was the one time. Otherwise,
You hit him.
yeah. Him
You were
and
one
Steve
guy that hit him in
Holland,
that
I
game.
hit.
Oh, right, it
But
was
I think
Steve.
Steve,
Oh,
I always
right.
hit. Steve, I always hit.
I hope he's watching.
Maybe we'll get him to join the Muncie League.
That may be. You never know. If we tell him Kaufman's a better pitcher here,
Yeah.
he might want to show up and show.
Steve's a great guy. He'd be great to have in the league.
Okay, so now all of you, and this is gonna put you on the spot again. Yossi, other than you, who do you think is the best all-around player in the league?
All around
I always
player.
have an answer ready for this one.
I mean,
All-around player.
just like immediate reaction off the top of my head, Noam Block, I think is a good one to go with.
I was gonna go with Block, even though he's getting older, by the way, and we see it. You see it, but that's a good choice.
He runs, he hits, he fields, all around, you know. And yeah, look, like you
just
said,
remember him-
not to take a shot at him, you do see him getting older, but he's still that good.
And there's some great players. That's a good answer. Yitzy, what do you say?
A
If you
very
were
tough
drafting a
question.
team, your first pick.
I think when I'm drafting
Just
the first pick is not just pure talent.
Remember,
I think
Yitzy, I'm right here.
I can't pick Yossi, right? I
Other than-
cannot pick Yossi.
Yeah, Yossi was taken already.
I love how when Yossi was asked the question, it was other than you. With me, we don't have to ask that. Baruch Hashem. But I look again. To me, it's softball is more than just talent. Like I love playing softball with Ellie Race because first of all, he's a great all-around player, both defensively and offensively. But I just love how chilled out about it he is, but also is so intense about it. There's a certain combination that he has, which I just appreciate as someone who loves the game. But some of the guys on my team, like a guy like Moshe Zin, talent-wise, he's young. Like if he starts to become like a more consistent hitter, it's stupid how talented he is. Guys like Sammy Surya, guys like Donnie Cohn, even. I feel like so many of these kids, and I'm calling them kids, but they're still so young and they're getting so much better. Noam Block, yeah. I mean, 6-7 years ago, the guy was unbelievable. Is he still great? Yes. Is he still the best? I don't know. But to me, it's more than just one guy that you're going to pick. It's so exciting that there's legitimately
I'm
10,
going to
15
throw out
guys that you can say that are
Uri
up there.
Adler. Uri Adler is one of those guys that can play. He can play defense. He can hit in the clutch. So Uri Adler and Ellie Race will probably be rank up there. You know, for me about players that I get to watch and see.
That's fair.
Yeah, and again, a guy like I played in fall ball with Chesky Rosenberg. Like nobody's going to talk about him as being the best player. Maybe he's not talent-wise, but he's such a pesky out. You can't get the guy out. He gets on base 60% of the time, and he's a very, very good outfielder. Is he like the kid who's got the natural instincts of like a baseball player? Maybe not, but he's so athletic and he's so dedicated to it. He gets to everything. Again, there's so many really good players. There really is, and I'm sure there's guys that I'm
Yeah,
not
there's a lot
saying
of
who are going to text me. Why
Lauer,
didn't you mention my
Yossi
name?
Rosenberg. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of talent. You have Mike Lauer. It's cool. Again, Yossi Rosenberg
Yeah.
can pitch, can play infield, can play outfield. A great all-around player. There's tremendous amounts of talent. You start throwing out names, we're definitely going to start insulting people
Isaac.
because it's really Morty Jacobowitz, right? Morty J. There's a tremendous amount of talent in our league. We can't. It's so hard to start
And even if you and even when you
going back
start
and forth.
talking about like, okay, this guy is definitely the best. That guy is not quite in the same category, but you're still talking about these minuscule differences. It's like,
Yes,
sure, guy
yes.
A is better than guy B, but at the end of the day, practically their stat lines are going to be super similar. So
I'm gonna kill Yitzy Rosen now. Yitzy, you don't have to answer if you don't want, but here it is. Rank these four guys as defensive shortstops. Rank these four guys right now: Wainhouse, Soraya, Mayer Stimmel, and Zinn. Go for it.
Wow, that is a unbelievably good list. Forget the rankings. The list, that's special. I can't rank Surya. I haven't seen him play enough. Like Surya, from the few games that I've seen him, great, but I have not seen him play anywhere nearly as enough. I'm gonna say today I would probably put Stimmel 3. But it's crazy because Mayer Stimmel, if you go back 10 years ago, like there wouldn't be a question. I think he was the best defensive shortstop out there. But I think today, maybe I mean it's horrible to say it, but yeah, I would probably put him 3. I would put Yitzy Wainhouse 2. And again, I think the one knock that I have on Yitzy Wainhouse, and again, it's because of how quick his from when his transfer from his glove to his hand is. He can play so deep and still be so good. But I really think that if he would play 2 feet up, he would be even better. That's my opinion. And then Moshe Zin, I think he's not there with these guys yet, fundamentally, and he hasn't played enough. But pure talent, I think he's number 1.
I asked you because you've seen them. You've seen them all. That's why I figured to ask you about that. I wasn't sure if you were going to answer the question.
Why
But I
not?
knew you were going to put Stimmel last. I knew he was going to put Stimmel last just based on his friendship with Wainhouse and Zinn on his team. So it didn't matter. I knew that was going to happen. No matter
Get to
what.
the
First of all,
politically correct guy.
I've known Mayer the longest, probably. I've known Mayer actually because I was good friends with David Friedman, who he was neighbors with. Long story short, but again, no, I think it's mostly about what I believe is true, and it's not a knock. Like what Yossi said before, like different categories for different players. The difference between these guys is not big at all, and they're all amazing.
Yeah, and don't get us wrong. There's other awesome shortstops in the league. We know that. There's a Levi Chamowitz and Morty J, and you could go through all the teams. Every team, Margolis. Every team has a great shortstop in our league, and those guys are known from years as being the top guys. So I mentioned them, but there's great. MD Weissmendel when he played shortstop was great. Jeremy Nussbaum back in the day was a great shortstop. We could go on and on. Yossi, Avrami, and everybody else. But just a testament to our league, the talent that we have. It's really good. And the best thing I say about our league, besides just being a good vibe, is that I feel every year another team has a chance to win it. I think it's the biggest thing. There's no one coming into the league. I would not be able to put down money this year and say this team's the favorite. There's not. Any team, I would not be shocked if Yossi.
And not just to add to that point, it's that another team is trying to winning it without it hurting another team. It's not like you lost the team and now this team is suddenly the next up and coming. No, there's just an additional team that's in the mix.
Yeah. So looking forward to having an awesome season. It's just around the corner, 6 weeks away. It's crazy. 6 weeks away. Hopefully we have a good Purim, a good Pesach. We all come in healthy. We're all old other than Yitzy Rosen, who's 25 still. Yossi has nagging injuries for the last 10 years. He's playing through it. I have one arm. Ezzy has, he's 60.
I'm 50.
So hopefully we get to see you guys on the field very, very soon. And looking forward to a great season. Thanks for joining, everybody.
Thank you.
Looking
Thank you.
forward.
Very excited. Take care, guys.
Take care, guys.
All
All right.
right.
That was
Great
a long one,
stuff. Great
but it
stuff.
was
Great
fun.
insight. And you're talking to two guys who are great guys, great players who've been in our
Ezzy,
league.
we're still live.
Yeah, and you talk about guys who have been in our league and for such a long time that they know the players and they've seen the growth of the league. They've seen the league throughout the years.
Yeah.
So it's great having them on and having them join us. So you get as they have really good feel for the league and as
Yeah.
players and as individuals.
I think they gave great insight. I think we have a pulse on the league. We go to every single game. We're really there. With Nate Race, who goes to every game. Shai Khan's at a lot of games when he's here. There are guys. We have a pulse, and we love going to the games. We love being there and having a great time and doing whatever we can for the league. And the league is really a great league. We said it many times. These guys come from Lakewood to play. That's a crazy drive. It's boring drive. Lakewood. It's one thing to come to the game from Lakewood, but the drive home, you have to think about it. They're kind of like, should I go? Because now I have to drive home, and it's not easy.
The league, we have great games, but like we say, great guys. There's so many great guys in our league. We talk about
100%.
personalities and just so it's, we go to the games. The games are great, but we love talking to the guys, sitting behind, guys coming by. So I'm really looking forward. Can't wait to get it going soon.
Yep, and I'm sure we missed some players that changed teams and not, and we didn't talk about everybody that can't. There's 300 guys in our league. But we're looking forward to see every one of them on the field, and really soon. Ezzy, I will see you tomorrow, another full day, and then we got Purim coming up. So until then, any papers today or no?
Always papers.